So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sarah Nakigozi. You already know me from my social medias, that is TikTok and Instagram. And today I have a special guest in the house. And this is my mentor. He's also my professor. He has taught me the accounting that I keep on sharing with you guys. And today I'm starting a special series. These will be episodes with him to just discuss more about this accounting field. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Very good. Well, thank you, Sarah. My name is Jim Mcfie. When people talk about Kenya cowboys, I'm a Kenya cowboy. A Kenya cowboy is a Mzungu who's actually born in Kenya. I was born in Nairobi. But I did my undergraduate degree in Oxford. I did mathematics there, and then I came back from Oxford and taught at Strathmore College, as it was in those days. It was an A-level college, and I taught A-level maths and physics for 6 years. But on the side, I studied accounting, and through my connections that I had in rugby, I actually was introduced to Ernst & Young. I then started off those 6 years later as a junior auditor in Ernst & Young, a trainee auditor, and I worked my way up there. I became a manager. I did quite a lot of tax work as well, because I really love tax, because you're arguing with the tax department and you're arguing on a point of law. Even today, actually, someone had asked me a question and I consulted, I'm the chairman of Cecilia, I consulted the Chief Executive Officer and also our Finance Director, and they said, look, don't do this. And I said, okay, well, in this particular case, I want to back that up. So I looked up the Capital Markets Authority Act, and in Section 32 of the Capital Markets Authority Act, it actually gives you the reason why you should not do what this man wanted me to do. So I was able to do that. One of the things that really, I worked in Ernst & Young for 4 years. And I think it's always very important. I was talking a little bit earlier to a past student. She actually is probably right now doing an interview with PricewaterhouseCoopers in Bermuda. Wow. And I was telling her just to be absolutely confident. She's a very knowledgeable young lady. She's done her CPA. She's done a BCom here in Strathmore. And I said, look, I gave her a few tips, because I have a number of past students who are actually working in Bermuda, but also they're working from, you go to as far west as you can go, San Francisco, Los Angeles, right across the United States, to the Cayman Islands, to Bermuda, to Ireland, to England, to Germany. Rose Simiu is an accountant working in Germany. And then right over to Australia. Anthony Gatome is he's in a stockbroking firm in Sydney, Australia. A lot of my past students are in Melbourne. But anyway, the point here though is, I'm just telling you these things because, a lot of people don't think that accountants are anyone. And I was a week ago, I actually sent to Sarah on an email the salary of the senior partners in PricewaterhouseCoopers and Deloitte & Touche in London, and they're earning £1 million a year. It's not the reason why you should be interested in accounting, but I think it is important always just to realize if you're a bright person, you've got the ability, and it's not as if you've got to be a mathematical genius. It helps if you're good in mathematics, but I want to talk to you about your future. And I've been speaking to a young lady just now as I was coming over from the library to meet Sarah, beautiful young lady, Yvonne Mogessa. And I said, well, look, take my telephone number, because she's going to do a course in financial engineering. But what she's going to end up doing? Probably something in accounting. Yeah. But anyway, I think I'd like also to just try to get across to you one of the reasons why I'm very interested in what Sarah is doing. Mm-hmm. we have to change Kenya, we have to change East Africa, we've got to change Africa.
Yes.
And you know, the change begins with me. And you know, well, we've just been in an Strathmore Business School academic meeting, and the dean, Dr. Caesar Mwangi, was talking about, you know, at the very highest levels in our countries, things are going wrong, and people are just taking those as the example. And the result is that we are living in a society where no one trusts anyone else.
Yeah.
And, you know, last year, not last year, actually the year before, 2024, I was listening to the BBC. I no longer listen to the BBC because I call them the British Brainwashing Corporation. But anyway, I was listening to the BBC, and it was during the Gen Z riots here in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And the interviewer was asking these two young ladies, well, you know, what exactly are you demonstrating about?
Mm.
And they said, well, look, we don't mind paying tax, but all of our tax is being stolen. The only problem with that is, you see, that when I become a person in government,
Yeah.
it's very easy then for me to misuse my position. And, you know, we've got to change if we want Africa. And, you know, there's a friend of mine who actually is Ugandan. He said, well, you know, Africa is the continent of the future.
Precisely.
And what he meant by that is, well, yeah, it is of the future because we're never doing things now. You know, we're always talking about the future.
The future.
You know, what I've got to do is I've got to get out, roll up my sleeves,